Hey guys, Sergeant Nathan here. It's been a year. Last time I uploaded was back in April of 2019. A lot's happened since then. Um, Back when I last posted, my dad was dying of cancer, and then June he passed away. And that doesn't mean the projects I was mentioning just stopped, but there's a lot of stuff I need to, I think, update everyone on. Especially since those projects were going to address what's going on right now. And you'll see how this all ties together. But first, I'll just kind of split this into two parts. The first part is just kind of updating what's going on, and then the second portion will be addressing, well, what's going on in the big picture. So, regarding to Peridot Keys, those that love the Peridot Keys I make, you can get them mostly on my Twitch channel. I'll occasionally upload one from Twitch Sings. A lot of it's still off. I'm just doing it on other people's streams, but if anyone has a particular one that they want me to do in Twitch Sings, or you want me to bring them onto YouTube, by all means, let me know down in the comments. But to be honest, I'm not sure if my channel on YouTube is going to exist much longer after I do this video, which you will see why. So I'm also going to be putting this on my BitChute channel. I'm going to put the link down below. So check the description. There's going to be a number of links down below. Okay, so the other thing was working on a joint video watching together type of thing in VR. We didn't quite make it that far, but it is a step in the right direction. So right now, I think they released it in November, watch parties on Twitch. And so it's in beta right now still. And I think it's only for partners and affiliates. So I'll put the link down in the description if you want to apply for the beta. It is US only, so sad face for me. But, and of course, since it's, Twitch, Amazon Prime, it's only going to be Amazon Prime movies. But they got a decent selection. There's a bunch of movies I still want to watch. And so to make the whole watching together movies legit, that's an option. Now, with the next announcement, hopefully these two worlds will merge together. So VR Chat now finally has Udon out. So the worlds can be much more interactive. So hopefully, if there's enough time, I'm not sure if there's going to be enough time, which you'll see as I go on. But if there's at least like a year or so of relative peace, we might be able to get something working in that regard, which also applies to the VR in hospitals, specifically children's ward. So before my dad passed away, he left a good chunk of money for the new emergency ward at my local hospital. And so I was talking with the administration, hoping we can set something up, but by the time November rolled around, there was headsets in general. I was trying out a number of different headsets, what would work best. I settled on the Oculus Quest, but by November, out of stock anywhere. And in the meantime, I'd already set up the nonprofit. I was getting the site set up, and the vision for it was a lot of the content creators here. I wanted to, get them interacting with kids, not just for the kids' sake, but also for my friends' sake, that they could see firsthand the difference that they can make in someone's life. So that was the whole vision of that. So from November onwards, the inventory is gone, and then by mid-January, I suspected the coronavirus was the catalyst I was waiting for, And in February, supply lines to China were getting interrupted. And I knew that this was the catalyst at that point I was waiting for. And so the whole VR in hospitals, the Go Play Outside project, it's on hiatus for the time being. Again, depending on how much the markets open up in the coming months, will determine what we can do in that regard. So I just mentioned this virus being a catalyst. What do I mean by that? Well, in the literal sense, a person or thing that precipitates or causes an event to happen rapidly. So what I want to be is a friendship catalyst. I want to connect people together, spark friendships. This coronavirus is being used as a catalyst for something else. And as for what, you're going to need some backstory for that. All right, so here's the part 2 of this video. So 30 years ago, a few years into my dad's political career, I realized there was a plan to destabilize society. There was going to be a political maneuver being made, and it was going to be happening on the global scale. And as my dad moved on to the federal stage, both he and I realized what this was going to be. It was going to be a financial crash on the scale or even greater than the one from the previous century. And so mid-2019, so this past year when my dad passed away, I knew society was sufficiently destabilized. Enough division and malice was built up. It just needed a final push, a catalyst to jumpstart the chaos. So by these past holidays, I knew it was imminent, and I started sharing it with some friends to get their relationships in order. That they would need some close friends and family to make it through what's to come. And like I said, in February, I knew for sure this, after things had played out enough, that the COVID-19 was the catalyst to kick off the downfall of society on a global scale. And so I started warning small groups of people and how to navigate the trouble to come. Because this was in the plan for a long time. So the data has started leaking out about how this virus was manipulated to force this economic disaster. Videos like the one I'm going to link in the description, they're getting suppressed right now, but the damage is already done. So I'm surprised they're still trying to suppress it, but I guess they're trying to drag it out for as long as they can. But so here's the practical advice part. Right now, if you are in a major city that doesn't have its own food production, it has everything shipped in, you're going to want to find an alternate place. You're going to want to start looking at move, not like a year from now, as in like the next weeks and months. You start looking at another place where you have the food actually grown somewhat close to you. This is not a joke. This is happening. And then once you get out to a place where you got a little bit of space to actually grow your own garden, especially now in spring, you're going to want to start growing your own garden and get on it now. Don't wait a few 4 months and see how this turns out. Now is prime planting season. Start taking care of it now. Anyway, so we're now at the point I envisioned 30 years ago. A world filled with arrogance, mockery, people being easily manipulated through fear, pride, and malice. 30 years ago, I thought I would be sitting on the other side, my own malice being appealed to, with the world getting what it deserved. That malice has faded away. especially with my big heart change in 2017. And it's replaced now with this grief in what many of you are gonna go through. And much of it you don't have to, which is what bothers me the most. You all have a choice. It's in the form of the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's in the two greatest commandments: love God and love your fellow man. You can live a life of love, agape love, where you want the best for others, or you can live a life of malice, consumed with thoughts of making others suffer. You can live a life of courage and generosity and purpose, where you share your God-given talents with the world, or you can live a life of fear and selfishness and meaningless, wasting away while looking for scapegoats for your own misery. So I can go deeper into it with my individual conversations with you all, but for the time being, I thought maybe someone could put what I'm trying to say into song better. So I'm gonna put a card up for Chris Allen's "Live Like We're Dying." I think that'll communicate as well as I can in this long form what I'm trying to say. And yeah, choose wisely, live well. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon.